Hello and welcome to another quilting video. I'm Olivia and today I'm beginning the work to make a new bed quilt for my new apartment. This is going to be part one of probably a few videos, so I'll link them all up together as I get this quilt finished. I've been thinking about the colours and the fabrics I want to use for a while now because I'm being really pedantic about this whole place. It's a small one-bedroom apartment, so this quilt has to not match but blend well with everything else, not just here in this room but in the whole place. It has to go with this pale dusty blue in the headboard. I don't want the quilt to be too blue because right outside this doorway is this dark blue couch. I like blue, but I don't need everything to be all blue all the time, you know? So I started thinking maybe rusty burnt reds, almost browns might be good. It would still tie into a few things elsewhere in the apartment and it would match with the pale blue. There's also a lot of red brick that you can see out of all the windows, so I kind of like the idea of bringing that inside. Maybe that's taking it a little too far, but I don't think so. I like it. With all that in mind, I've been looking for a starting point for my fabrics, and I've ended up with this fabric. It is blue, but it's a very dark blue, which I like because nothing else really is. And it's got this muddy red and a kind of sandy cream colour. I like the print and it's got the colours I want, so this is my starting point. The pattern I've come up with for this quilt needs 3 main colours plus an accent. So adding in a red is easy, but the third colour is giving me a bit of trouble because of this lamp. The purples here keep throwing me off while trying to pick fabrics, but I don't want to move this lamp elsewhere, and I want the things in this room to work together. So here's my question: is it crazy to spend all the time and money and effort it takes to make a huge bed quilt just to match a cheap little table lamp? I think adding something like this really pale purple might actually work, especially if I add it over here to the other side of the bed. So shopping online because social distancing, I went through the Art Gallery Fabrics Pure Elements solids here. Since I'm using a pattern print by them, I want to keep the solids by them also. I don't always do this. I make a lot of scrappy quilts where the different textures and types of fabrics are part of the charm, but since this quilt is not scrappy, I want the feel of all the fabrics to be the same. I went back and forth between these two purples, but I think this one's a little too cool, so Mobilus it is. It's a little bit darker perhaps than I initially wanted, but I think it's going to be good. As an aside, I finally ordered a colour card of solid swatches because doing this colour matching on the computer is getting really old. Getting the red right wasn't too difficult. I'm a little unsure if this is going to be too dark, you know? I'm shopping on Hawthorne Supply Co, and they have this little section underneath most fabrics where you can find other fabrics with those same colours. So I did the same thing with this sandy tan cream colour. It'll either be the accent colour, or I may replace the red with this if the red turns out to be too much, you know? Maybe a calmer, quieter quilt turns out to be what I really want. So in that case, I'll just use white as the accent, but we'll see whenever it comes. So there's my order placed, and now we wait. Alright, fabrics all arrived, and I cannot decide which way to go. I've got these two, which I love. I love this print, I love this purple, and I love the two of them together. So I'm really happy with that. But then I don't know which way to go. Adding the red in, I do like this colour. It does match really well with the red in this print. And on their own, I do like these 3 colours. This is the tan sand kind of colour. Again, it's a really good match for this one, so I'm really happy with how the colour matching on the website worked out. I like this. I'm not sure that I love it. So if I change this, make these 3 my main colours, and then add just this white as the accent. That's my other option, and I don't know which one I like better. If I went with this one, I would still add the red as the binding, I think. I did a little poll on Instagram because I can't decide. You guys were much more in favour of the red, overwhelmingly. But I don't know, I might prefer this one. What I'm going to do is lay the fabrics out on the bed and see how it would work in the, proportions and in that space. Alright, so this is kind of what we're looking at. I think the 3 main colours should be spread out something like this, or then here's the other option. It wasn't until this moment when I realised just how close this fabric is to the walls in here, and that is just too much. I can't have that. But I also don't love this first one. So I don't know, I'm just going to sit on it for a bit because I know the answer is going to come to me eventually. Okay, it's the next day. I really thought I'd be tabling this project for a while to figure out my fabrics, but I've got my answer. This is a little fabric mix I put together yesterday as part of my 100-day project. I put it together in the evening, and then later on as I was putting it away, I was like, hang on a minute, that brown could work here. It's not a ready brown like my original plan, but I like how it tempers the purple and the print over here, and I like how it's a darker shade. I'm still keeping that sand color as the accent, and yeah, this is what I'm going with. I'm gonna get right into it and start cutting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with my quilt blocks.